Hey everybody, my name is Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. Today is Thursday, March. Hi Greasy. March the 20th, September 2025, and welcome back to my flosstube channel. I don't know where I got September from. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This is a channel where I talk about all the cross stitch. It's going to be a little bit more, hi Gracie, it's Gracie Lou. It's going to be a little bit subdued today because apparently someone decided to give me the gift of the flu last week. If you watched last week's video, I think I started coughing in that video. And that's when it started. I did not work in the ER at all over the weekend. I was sent home within 5 minutes of arriving on Saturday morning, proceeded to sleep for the next 24 hours to 36 hours. And my mom came over and took me to the doctor on Sunday. We went to urgent care and they swabbed me and I tested positive for the flu. So I was out of work most of the week. I just went back to work today. Today was my first day back at work. So I'm a little tired. So once I started feeling up to it, I did do some stitching and I was able to work on everything. And some of my stuff, I was able to work on it a lot. So yeah, but yeah, 0 out of 10 would not recommend getting the flu. So I'm a little out of sorts today, but I get the kids back tomorrow. I worked on everything. I need to move on. So we're gonna go ahead and just do a really crappy update today. What are you gonna do? Okay, so let me start with this one. This is actually the one I got the least amount of progress on. This is my non-full coverage focus for the week. This is Coffee Gnome by cutebroidery.com. I'm holding it back here because this is the pattern. I am doing this with a called for DMC, 2 strands full cross on a 14 count Ada, like some kind of brownish, brown gray Ada. And this is where I got with it. I did 200 stitches on it. So as you can see, I went ahead and backstitched the word coffee. And then I filled in a little bit kind of in this area right here. I think I finished the threads that were right there because I was gonna try to backstitch the actual coffee mug because now everything is stitched around it, but I really didn't feel like it. I did the word coffee and I was like, okay, I'm done. Let me move on to, oh, and I backstitched around the actual coffee there. I gotta put the white in there. But yeah, so that got 200 stitches of cross stitching and back stitching. I fully intended on picking this up again later in the week and putting some more stitches in on it, but I did not get to that. That's okay. All right. Next up is going to be my whip of shame for the month of, not September, of March. This is from Designs for the Needle by Leslie and Ivory. It's called Muppet on Indian Carpet. I call it Cat on Indian Carpet. Very bad rendering of it because this thing is like beat all to hell. But I'm trying to get 100 stitches a day. I think I might be about caught up because I was behind for a little bit and then I was like trying to catch up and then I got sick. So anyway, this week, we'll find out when I update my boards how many more stitches I have for the rest of the month. Because I did the math, I just forgot. But this week, I put in 702 stitches between like both in the cat and in the rug. As you can see, I'm almost done with the paw. There's like some blends over here that I have to like kind of put together so I can put those stitches in. But brought the cat up, worked some more on the rug, worked on the paw. So actually in the camera that looks pretty good. You can see what that is now, so that's cool. But yeah, 702 stitches this week. So this will continue to stay out until the end of the month. I'll show later in the video, I'll show you guys again who what the two contenders are for April. I have like this residual like coughing chest crap that I'm dealing with still. Next up is going to be something. Oh, my new start rotation for the week. This is Cake Shop. It's a retired chart from Paine Free Crafts. Artwork is by Steve Crisp. It is, hang on, 600 by 450, and this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I am in the upper left hand corner, so I am working up in this area right up here. And I'm doing it 1/1 with a call for DMC on like this China fabric that I picked up on AliExpress a few years ago. It might be like 30 count, 28, 30, 31, who knows? I just know that the piece fits on it. Anyway, this is where I got to with it. I did 1,000 stitches on it. So I am now sitting at 1,732 stitches completed out of 270,000. I am at 0.64% complete. And this is the third jug on that shelf. I did most of that. So that one's almost done. So that's cool. Yeah. If you're new, I'm not usually this kind of here we go. I feel very mediocre. My mother probably would have recommended that I do not film today. She would have said, you should just wait. But like I said, I needed to get a video out so I could pick some new projects and start a new round of Monopoly so I have other options to pick from. So, next up is going to be my full coverage focus to get to 1% rotation. This one this week is Coming to Room. This is the max color version, if I can ever find it on here. Oh my God, where is it? Here it is. Okay, Coming to Room max colors. It's 875 by 626. It has 239 colors. This is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Jan Patrick Cresney. That is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this one I am also in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm up in this corner right up here. And I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on the diagonal. And it's on that same fabric that please don't ask me what store I got it from. I bought this fabric 2 years ago, I think it was. Maybe 2 years ago. I don't even know. it was like the only purchase I've ever made on AliExpress was for some fabric. And I bought like 4 yards of it at the time, and I have not had to buy anything since. So this is where I got to with it. And almost done with the diagonal. But as you can see, I did get down, this is the start of the picture frame. Right there. That's what that black spot is. So I did come to 403 stitches on it. I am now sitting at 1,620 stitches completed out of 547,750. I am at 0.30%. And my cats are doing something. I don't know if that was Gracie or Mr. Whiskers. Gracie. She is playing with something in the bathroom. Okay. Next up is, I changed my plans all around. So this one is now what used to be technical stitching for one of my games. It's now just a finish rotation. So this one this week was Grinch Gnome Company. This is by Maya Stitch on Etsy. And this is a mock-up without the back stitching of what it'll look like when it's done. And I'm doing it 2 strands full cross, 2 over 2 full cross on a 28 count white Monaco with the call for DMC. And I think last week when I showed this, I was like, oh, maybe I'll finish the back stitching on the Grinch gnome. Did I do that? No. What I did do was I came over and I started in on the 3rd gnome. Hang on. I'm sorry. I think that little fat heifer just like banged up against the tripod and shook you. She's so gargantuous. Gracie. Rude. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, if I time that out right, maybe I can try to, I'll probably forget. I was going to say, maybe I can put the before photo. I wonder if it would make a difference if I put the before photo filling the screen where she was like shaking. And maybe that won't be shaking. I don't know. But anyway, here we are now. I did 429 stitches on this, and I am now sitting at 3,774 stitches completed out of 5,472. I am at 68.97% complete on the back stitch, or on the cross stitching. So we'll see what I do next time this comes out, if I go ahead and finish back stitching him, or if I'll keep working on the 3rd gnome. Who knows? But I'm skipping it this week. I'm going back to the other one this week, my other finish rotation. Hang on. 1 second. I folded this up on purpose so that the thread would stay tucked inside the fabric. And that didn't happen. There we go. Okay. Next step is going to be, we're going to skip Honeymoon Sunset. I'll show that at the end. I just got 2 more projects. These are the last 2 pieces from Monopoly. I was looking for my, oh, it's over there. I don't want to get it. I was looking for my big notebook so I could tell you which pieces these were for, these 2 Monopoly things. But, I don't remember. I know this was paying rent. This is, I think it's paying rent. Pretty sure it's to pay rent. Anyway, these are from Monopoly. We're just going to roll with it. Okay, first one up is Unicorn. This is by Teresa Winsler. And that is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm using the Call for DMC, doing it 2/2 on a full cross on a 28 count Jobelin in the color Summer Sky. I think it's by Witch Eld. I've had this fabric forever. Like, I seriously, I remember having this fabric when I feel like I remember buying this fabric from this LNS in Kissimmee when I was in high school. Like, I've had this fabric for years. Okay, so this is where I'm at with it now. I did not work more in the unicorn. I worked more in the background because there's just so much of like the tree stuff. And then there's like grass down here. Like there's so much like background stuff that I was like, let me just keep working on that. And I did 300 stitches on it. So that's where that one is. Okay. Next up is the other piece I needed to do for Monopoly. This is the Botanical Blackwork Sal from 2022 by The Steady Thread. This was on Facebook, and I just have a mock-up of the outlines. So that's all that is right now. This needed 100 stitches on it, and I'm doing it one strand. So this is a blackwork piece, so it's essentially drawing pictures with backstitch lines if you've never done blackwork. That I know there's more to it for those who do blackwork, but we're not getting into all that. I hate backstitching, but I like blackwork. So wait, hold on. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So that's where I'm at with it now. So I finished this block here, and then I came over here. I started outlining it, and then I wanted to go ahead and get a color started. So I was originally going to do all the leaves in, I'm doing the back stitching, so I'm doing the blocks in 904, and then any leaf additions within the blocks I'm also doing in 904, and then I was going to do all the flowers in just a random color of my choosing. And looking at the outline deal, like all these boxes here, the majority of these are like leaves. Like the small little squares have flowers in them, but for the most part, all these are like leaf shapes. So I was like, you know what? I did this one in 904, but I was like, I'm going to just go ahead and do all the, if it's just a leaf pattern, I'm going to pick a different color. So that's what I did. So this one is 3721, this color. And so the next time this gets pulled in Monopoly, I will continue working on that block. I feel like I'm starting to sound a little froggy, like that kind of, if my voice sounds annoying, sorry. Like that whole, like, what those little Valley girls and stuff try to sound like now. Like, oh, like that vocal fry kind of thing. I don't like that. It drives me crazy. And I feel like that's what my voice sounds like right now. But it's because I'm getting over this funk and I've been coughing for like a week. And my throat is super dry. So, if that noise, that Gracie gets on your nerves, sorry, I don't think I normally sound like that, but I can hear it myself and it drives me crazy. Okay, last whip. I'm turning into Darren. Oh my God, we're not even 20 minutes and I'm showing my last whip. I see why his videos are so short now. Okay, last WIP. Honeymoon Sunset. This is by the Cross Stitch Studio. Artwork is by Abraham Hunter. This is 869 by 649. It has 133 colors. And this is my focus piece for the year. I want to get this to 50%. My goal is to increase it by 1% every month. I've already hit my goal for the month of March. My goal for the month of March was to get it to 41%, and I hit that at the beginning of the month. So this is all, now I'm working towards April's goal, which is to get it to 42%. Okay. So I'm doing this with the call for a DMC, 2/1 half cross on a 25 count easy count Lugana. And let me just show you where I worked first. Okay. So this is where I worked. I am almost done with this diagonal. So close. See? Almost done with that diagonal. I did 1,206 stitches on it. I got the lighthouse filled in. So I just have this section right here and then a little scattered up here, and then this set of diagonals will be done. So I'm using 20 stitch wide diagonals, and I'm doing 2 at a time so we can see more fun stuff. So once this little section here is done, I'll come back down here and go down 2 diagonals and start filling it in. There's the whole thing. Hang on, I can't see. I can't see. I still can't see. Oh my God, why am I struggling? Here we go. So here's the whole thing. I'll tell you the stuff in a minute. So I am now sitting, so like I said, I did 1,206 stitches. I am now sitting at, oh God, it's my old eyeballs, hang on. 232,806 stitches completed out of 563,981. I am at 41.28%. So, I hate this tree so much. It looks good. It looks really good, but I hate it. Here's the bottom corner of that one. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. Like show it like this. I'll be happy to get that filled in because I feel like that's going to look really good once it's actually filled in. This is my current corner that I'm working on. I'm digging that house a lot. I like it. And the gazebo looks so good. There's going to be what's it called? A little bird bath somewhere around here, I think. Let me see. This is the front of the house. I want to say there's going to be a footpath. I think not this set of diagonals, but maybe the next one we'll see the bird bath come in. There's going to be a bird bath. Hang on. See? Right there. So we might be tapping into, like, touching the edge of the water, maybe with the next set of diagonals. So that'll, maybe. Maybe not. No, maybe not. I don't know. I guess we'll see when I get there. But yeah, but we'll definitely get the front of the house with the next, because I'm showing this to you because I'm going to work on it this week and finish that diagonal and then start on the next one. And so I just wanted to show you what we have to look forward to. So we'll kind of be coming up this. So maybe I will, oh, maybe not, because I think it's going to be like that. So I think we'll get to finish the front of the house and get more of the, oh, maybe I'll get that window in on the lighthouse. Oh, yay, another palm tree. That's so exciting. Not. And then more sky. So, yeah. So that'll be good. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. All right, let me put this up. So that's all my whips. So what we'll do is we're going to update my boards. And we're going to update my boards, and then we're going to do the wheelie spinny thing for some of my stuff. And then it'll go to Monopoly, and then I'll come back and show you the stuff that I got to work on and the 2 whips to vote on for the Whip of Shame for next month, because those are in the closet. Okay. So first up, well, let's update this one because it's right here. So I just need to, I need to update 2 of these. Okay, so my little board here, it's got some new starts that I had added on at the spur of the moment. But my Grinch gnome right here, these 2 here are my rotation, like to get them finished. So the Grinch gnome is what I worked on. I don't have goals for them because I just work on them until they're done. Grinch gnome. I'm adding 429 stitches to 2,307. So we are now sitting at 2,736. And then this one's half erased, Cat on Indian Carpet. I had 1,221 stitches done. I did another 702 this week. So we are now sitting at 1,923. And my goal for the month is dropping from 1,879 down to 1,177. So I have until the end of the month. Okay, so that's not too far off, because technically I want to try to I want to try to get the goal done by the time I film the final video of the month, which will be next week, next Friday. I might be able to do that, and then that would give me technically a couple days break before I have to start the new Whip of Shame. But if not, I'm actually on track to finish as I normally would, like at the end of the month. Okay. So we're going to update the 2 Monopoly pieces on my Monopoly board here. First one we're updating is Unicorn, number 9. It's for St. James Place. I had 500 stitches. I did another 300 on it. So we are now sitting at 800 stitches done. My goal is dropping from 3,500 stitches down to 3,200 stitches. And then going down to Botanical Blackwork on Indiana, I did another 100 stitches on that. So this will go from 100 to 200, and my goal is dropping from 3,900 down to 3,800. That's it for that one. And then, okay, Just had 3 boards to update today. Okay, full coverage to 1%. Coming to room. Okay, I had 200 stitches. I added another 403. So this is going to from 200 to 603. And the goal is dropping from 4,261 down to 3,858. Okay. My non-full coverage focus was coffee gnome. I had 300 stitches. I did another 200. That was a really sad one. So this is going from 300 to 500. And my goal is dropping from 3,700 down to 3,500. My new start rotation this week was Cake Shop. I did 1,000 stitches on it. So this is going from 732 to 1,732. And my goal is dropping from 2,268 down to 1,268. So because I have so many new starts in the rotation right now, I am reserving the right to not have another new start because my new start goals is to do 3,000 stitches on the new starts before they get put away. I'm reserving the right to not add another new start. I'm kind of okay right now, especially with all the work I've been doing and everything. I'm like, I don't need to start anything else right now. We'll see. You guys know me. It was supposed to only be 5. And here I am sitting at 9 for the year so far. Okay, my big one, Honeymoon Sunset. My goal, 50% by the end of the year. I had 19,689 stitches done since I announced the new plans. I added 1,206 stitches. So this is going from 19,689 to 20,895. My goal is dropping from 50,391 down to 49,185. So that's exciting. I'm below 50,000 stitches. And my percent complete is increasing from 40.07% to 41. I'm sorry. 41.28%. So there's that. Okay. But my hair is falling out of my hair clip. It is falling out of my hair clip. Oh, I don't even care. Whatever. Okay. So first up is, I'll just write it on here. I was going to say the first step is to find a pen, but they're over there. I'll just scribble on this board here what my pieces are going to be that I need to pull out. Okay, so first up, we're going to do the new start rotation. And the one I'm going to work on this week, Friends Frame. And then the full coverage to get to 1%. I have 2 left on the wheel before I reset it. Day to Night, North America. Then the non-full coverage. Oh, we'll go ahead and do it. But the last one I have not gotten to work on. Hive rules. Okay. So that's those 3. And then I'm going to pause here so that we can do a round of Monopoly. And then I'll be back to show all the stuff. Okay. I feel like I'm just now getting back, like, I don't know. This is going to be round 11 of Monopoly. I am filming this in real time, like as in like today is Thursday, September, what? March the 20th. Why do I keep saying September? So like I'm actually filming it the day I'm doing my floss tube. What I've been doing before is pre-filming the rounds. So the last time I actually filmed a Monopoly round was probably like beginning of February, I think. I don't know. So I feel like I'm really like out of sorts with it. It doesn't help that I'm getting over the flu, but you know. Anyway, I've been tracking where everybody has been. So I have all the pieces in their correct spots. So we're going to start over here with the cat. And let's see. Let me slide this down so we can actually see where the cat ends up going. 7. They got bumped by the cards, but oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Indiana. I don't believe anyone owns Indiana. Nope, because the dog still has the first time around the board. So it's not purchasing properties yet. So the cat is going to buy Indiana. And I think that's going to be the cat's first property. How did it get by with that? Oh, because of chance and then landing on... How did the cat do that? Past go. Oh, okay. And then chance, and then it landed on a piece to pay rent. Okay. I had to go back and reference. So the cat is, this is going to be the first property it's owning. We are now going to be at 10 properties purchased when the cat buys this. Okay. What I had said is that once 11 properties are purchased, property number 12, that's not counting these. For the properties themselves, once 11 have been purchased at 400 stitches, property number 12 will now be 600 stitches to purchase. I have a feeling that might happen because the dog is not buying anything yet, but the duck and the penguin are. And the penguin seems to be buying the entire board. So now we're at the dog, 11. Oh, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pennsylvania Avenue. Does anybody own Pennsylvania Avenue? Yes, the penguin does. So the dog is going to be paying rent. And the rent on Pennsylvania is going to be 300 stitches because the penguin owns 6 properties. Okay, next up is going to be, I will link that video below of how the rules are because I have them all written down. If you have a very specific question about you don't understand something, by all means ask. But I need you to be a little bit specific with your question because I am not going to type it all out into a comment about all the rules. That's not happening. It's not happening. If you have a specific question about something, then ask. But I'm not going to type the general rules into a comment. All right. We're now at the duck, which is right here on short line. Can you see that? Sort of. There we go. Okay, and we're at 9. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Income tax. Can you see that? I can't see income tax. So the duck passed go. So I'm going to do 200 stitches on my go piece for passing go, and then income tax is 100 stitches on the free parking piece. And the last one up is going to be the penguin, which is over here. Snake eyes. 1, 2, St. James. If they land on their own properties, then they'll just do like 100 stitches on them, which the penguin owns. So I'll do 100 stitches on the St. James piece. We're gonna roll again because he got doubles. So let me move this up. Uh-oh. Doubles again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Landed on free parking. And if they land on free parking, it's going to be 300 stitches on the free parking piece. So free parking will actually get a total of 400 stitches on it. Okay, last one. Shake this up a little bit better. Whew, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B&O Railroad. Okay, B&O Railroad is not owned. Penguin is going to purchase. And that is going to be the final property, or nope. Okay. Penguin is going to purchase B&O Railroad for 400. So what I was saying earlier about the properties with the first 11 properties will be 400 and then the second half will be 600. The railroads and utilities, there's a total of 4 railroads, 2 utilities for 6 of those types of properties. Once 3 of those have been purchased, their purchase price will increase from 400 to 600. B&O Railroad is number 3 for that type. So next round, any of the remaining railroads and utilities will be 600 to purchase. Any remaining properties will also be 600. Nope. Any remaining railroads and utilities after this round will be 600 to purchase. And then we have 1 more property to buy, and then it will be 600 for those purchases. So, quick recap. The cat landed on Indiana is going to buy it for 400. The dog, first time around the board, still 3 months into the year, and it landed on Pennsylvania Avenue. It will be paying rent of 300. The duck passed go and landed on income tax, so that'll be 100 stitches on the free parking whip. The penguin rolled doubles, landed on St. James. It owns St. James, so that piece will get 100 stitches. It rolled a second time, got doubles again, and landed on free parking, so that piece will get 300 stitches. And then it rolled a third time, did not get doubles, but landed on B&O Railroad, and it is going to purchase B&O Railroad for 400 stitches. So that's it. I'm going to pull all those whips, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I feel like I'm tilted. There we go. It's Mr. Whiskers. Hello, my boy. I know a lot of people like to see him, so I went and hunted him down. He was in the living room chilling. It's my boy. Oh, baby. He's a big boy. Okay. That's it. That's all. Okay, so you guys ready to see stuff? Okay. First thing I want to show you real quick is the stuff to vote on for the Whip of Shame for the month of April. If you have not already voted, you can leave your vote in the comment section down below. Next floss tube is going to be the 28th of March, and that is when I will announce the winner. So you got 1 week left to vote if you have not already. And I'm just going to show the cover photos. I guess I could have inserted pictures. Whatever. I'm just going to show the cover photos of what you can vote on. This is Once Upon a Time by Janlynn. It's an old platinum collection kit. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And then the other one is from Creative Accents, another old kit. This one is still available. This is Frederick. If you want to see my starting points on them, Go look at last week's video because I showed it there. So you can state which one you want to vote for in the comment section down below. And yeah. Do I have where the paper? I'm keeping track of that right now. I do. It's a pretty clear winner right now, so we'll see what ends up happening this week. We shall see what happens this week. So yeah, next video will be the 28th of March, and I'll let you know who the winner is for the month of April. Okay, so first thing up is, all right, Honeymoon Sunset, I'm going to keep out and work on. And my current Whip of Shame, the cat on the carpet, I'm keeping out to work on that one as well. So the finish rotation piece right now that I'm going to be doing this week is I'm going back to the Little House Needleworks Calendar Girl series. This is February. I recently changed my plans all around because I was trying to ease the stress, ease the chaos in my life. So I kind of dialed back on some of the games I was putting myself into. And then what did I do? I went ahead and got the flu. Go figure. Okay. So this is my starting point for Calendar Girls February. So I just need to finish her. So we'll see how much of her I can get done this week. Okay. Then my full coverage focus to get to 1% is going to be Day to Night North America. And hang on one second. I should have done this. A prudent floss tuber would have taken care of this before she turned the camera back on. Okay, Day to Night North America. Retired chart from Paine Free Crafts. So this is no longer available. This is available on Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Lars Stewart. This is available. I think theirs is called like Night to Day North America or something like that. That's my starting point with it. And that's not my starting point. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. This is my starting point with it. I am starting off at 1,912 stitches done. I am at 0.63%. To get this, let's see if this is a potential, because I didn't even look. To get this to 1%, I need 1,104 stitches. Doable. That is very doable. Because I did 1,000 stitches on Cake Shop. That could potentially be a 1% finish. Okay, let me show my other whips and then we're going to do something. Okay. That's exciting. Oh, if I can do that. Oh, if I can do that, then we can update the big board next week with the Blue's Clues marker. And if I finish Calendar Girls, we can update my 2025 finishes board with the Blue's Clues marker. That's about the most excitement that you're going to see out of me. Okay. Like, with how I'm feeling. Like, no loud shouting or anything like that, but yeah. A very weird Cabbage Patch. Okay, next up is my new start rotation. This is a Friends frame. It was a little kit that I think my mom picked it up for me for like $1.74. The colors are kind of meh. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. This is my starting point. I'm going off of this because when you look at it, you can see the grid. I don't know if you can see the grid, but I can see the grid. I'm going off of that instead of the print because the print is not correct. Like, it's off. So I'm going off of that. And then once I get all the stitching filled in, I will figure out what to do about the edge of the stuff that you can see. I don't know if I'll like find a shade of purple, like 209 or something, to put around the edge of the thing that'll cover that up. But anyway, we'll see how much of that I can get done. Okay, and then my non-full coverage for the week is Hive Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. It's designed by Lindsay Waite. And that is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I haven't worked on this in a while. This is my starting point with it. I mean, I've worked on it, but it's been quite a bit. So we'll see how much I can get done. If you haven't watched me before, I don't really go over like stitch counts and fabrics and all that when I'm showing what I'm going to work on. I do that if I actually get a chance to work on it in the next video. I found that takes up a lot of time going over the same information week after week after week. So, okay. Round 11. Let's see if I can actually get it right in the description box this time. Okay, so the cat is going to buy Indiana, which is 2 of the pieces, or actually I just showed you their whips. Indiana is Botanical blackwork. Where did it go? So this piece right here. So I will continue, so the cat is going to purchase Indiana for 400 stitches. I will continue working in this block. It's going to go, kind of come out right here, and it's going to go kind of up and around and to probably right about there or so. So 400 stitches on this. Then the dog landed on Pennsylvania Avenue and is going to pay rent. Son of a mother, move out of the way. Okay, dog landed up Pennsylvania Avenue and is going to pay rent, which is, I meant to put that piece away. Stitchography, sorry for doing this number here. I was like trying to find it. Stitchography by Fat Quarter Shop. That right there. Pennsylvania Avenue is owned by, I want to say, the Penguin. Yeah. So it's going to pay 300 stitches in rent on that piece right there. Okay, and then the duck passed go. So my go piece, so I'm going to do 200 stitches on my go piece, which is Catching Rays by the Cross Stitch Studio. This is my million stitch project. And second time. That time it was me. Sorry. I dropped my whip. Okay. That's my starting point. I'll show the rest of it next week if I work on it. If not, it'll be the week after. But that's my starting point. This is where I'm going to be working. I'm going to finish this down here, and then I'll either kind of snake back up the diagonal, or I'll come back up here and start working down. But this will get 200 stitches. I am starting off at 26,274 stitches. I am at 2.43%. Okay, so passed go and then landed on income tax. And so income tax is 100 stitches on the free parking piece. Free parking piece is Dreaming of Autumn Leaves by Rosewood Manor. I am up in the top. So for this will get worked on twice. This is going to get, it's my starting point. This is going to get worked on 100 stitches for the duck. And then it's going to get another 300 stitches for the penguin landing on free parking. So a total of 400 stitches on this. So that's cool. I really like this piece a lot. Okay, so the penguin rolled doubles, landed on St. James. The penguin owns St. James, so it's just going to do 100 stitches on that piece, which is the unicorn. Let me actually pull it out. That unicorn piece by Teresa Winsler. That one there. So this will get 100. And then it rolled a second time, landed on free parking. And so free parking will get 300 stitches. And then it rolled a third time and did not get doubles a third time, thank God. And landed on B&O Railroad, which it is going to purchase. And I did not mark that on my deal. Here's my pen. There we go. Okay. B&O Railroad is, so it's going to purchase B&O Railroad for 400 stitches, and that is going to be another one of my Mother Nature pieces. Mother Nature Christmas. Oh, she's so pretty. I got this out of Just Cross Stitch magazine from 2023. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh my God. I love this one so much. I just recently worked on the Halloween one, and I love that one so much. I really love all of them. I mean, but she's so pretty. Okay. This is my starting point with her. So as you can see, I do have some back stitching in the hair already. Like in the flower wreath and in her face a little bit. But yeah, so she'll get 400 stitches. I don't even want to say what I'm going to work on because I don't know what. Like, obviously I'm going to like fill in from the top down because that's why I worked up to the very top to begin with. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Okay, so she'll get 400 stitches. Let me math up these totals real quick. 400, 700, 900, 1,000, 11, 14, 1,800 stitches for Monopoly this week. I will probably divide this stuff up into 2 weeks again. I know I say that like, oh, I'm going to divide it up into 2 weeks. Just so I'm not like, oh, I got to get it all done. Especially because I want to try to get Day to Night North America done. Like that goal done. On that note, here's what we're going to do. Tiny decisions. So what I'm going to do is in anticipation of I had a brain fart. Hang on. In anticipation of completing the goal, what I want to do is I have my list of pieces remaining on my full coverage focus to 1%. We are down to 11 total that I'm not actively working on. Does that make sense? Like I have 5 I'm rotating through. These are the remaining that are my full coverages that are not at 1% yet. So we're going to pick 2 of these and I will tell you, we're going to pick 2. I'm not going to pull them out. I'm just going to show you the cover photos and I'll tell you what percentage they are at, maybe. Hang on. So I don't want to like pause and come back and pause and come back. Where's the list at? Hang on. Can I even do that right now? Is that feasible? About telling you the starting percent. I thought I could. Maybe I can't. I could have swore that I had that notebook like right here. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. So what I'll do is we're going to do 2 of these. Toy Shop. And Be Still. Okay. Oh, those are gonna, okay. So Toy Shop. Did I start that already? Oh yeah, I guess I did because it's on my list. Hang on one second. I'm just waiting for Pattern Keeper to catch up. Okay. So I'm going to show you the cover photos and I'm going to tell you what the starting percentage is. I think I will go ahead. Actually, I'll give you the details that I have listed right here. But I'm not going to pull them out. But I want you guys to vote on which one you want to see add into the rotation. So first one up is going to be Still because it's right here at the top. This is by the Cross Stitch Studio. So this was actually my first full coverage purchase I'd ever done. And if you go back and watch super old floss tubes of mine, I was so excited because I'd never seen a chart this big before. And now look at me. I'm like, oh my God, look how big this chart is, 140 pages. Oh my God, look how sad. And now look at me. Okay, I am starting off, hang on. All right, so this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. I will say this was a restart because I did not like what I was doing with it. And I am now in the upper right-hand corner. So up here in this corner, way up here. And I am starting off at 634 stitches completed out of 721,523. It is at 0.09% complete. I don't know how many stitches it will be. I have not done that math. But, and then the other one is Toy Shop. This is a retired chart from Paine Free Crafts. Similar to the cake shop one that I just showed. Oh yeah, this piece. Okay, retired chart from Paine Free Crafts by Steve Crisp. That's right, because I'm in the upper left-hand corner up here where the pirate ship is, and I remember making a comment about that. So this is starting off at 500 stitches done out of 270,000, so significantly smaller in size. And it's at 0.19%. So toy shop or be still. You can say beach, you can say the shop, you can say whatever, toys, whatever you want to say. Just a quick, if you don't want to like do super math, but you want to pick the one that's closer. I want to say that toy shop is closer. Obviously, percentage wise, you can tell 0.09 compared to 0.19. But toy shop would technically, I think, get there faster, but I am doing be still in 10 stitch. So it goes pretty quick when you do it in 10 stitch. And the only reason be still hasn't really, is not as far along is because I only worked on it for like one day when I restarted it, and that was it. And then I moved on to all this mess. So 1% of be still would be about 700 or 1% would be, what is that? Is it 7,000? Like 7,200 stitches? I think, I don't know. You know what? I shouldn't math. Yeah, 7,200 stitches about for 1%. So I'll need like 6,000 and some stitches to get be still to 1% if I math that in my head correctly. And then toy shop would be 2,700 stitches. So I need about 2,200 stitches, I think, to get that to 1%. So you guys let me know which one you want to see. You have until next week, because I will have Date Tonight North America, fingers crossed, have that goal done, and we can take that off of the list. And whichever one ends up replacing it, I will work on that new one for that week. Yeah, so I think that's about it. So you have two things to vote on: full coverage replacement, whip a shame for April. If you have any questions, and Monopoly will be over 2 weeks if you're playing along. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video. I think that's all I got. So take care, happy stitching, get a lot of stitches in, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.